everyone, and welcome to the Quick and Carry Kitchen. I am Kristen Madreen, and I am bringing you a great recipe today. Remember, my job is to cook stuff and check out the recipes that are available out there and let you know what we think about them here at the Quick and Carry Kitchen. And today is a special day. It is our associate producer Noelle's 24th birthday. Happy birthday to Noelle today. And I want to tell you a little bit about what goes on behind the scenes. What is Noelle doing right now? Well, she's monitoring the audio, making sure that the camera is doing what it's supposed to do, making sure that the overhead camera is good. I have two producers now. Kristen, who has been with the show from the beginning, has now trained Noelle so she can do all of the stuff that goes into it. And even for a little show like we do, there's a lot that goes into making sure that you can see us, hear us, and that we stay live every time. So they set up lights, they do certain camera things, they make sure that the audio is both on my microphone and that it gets to where it's going out to you. So we're always amazed at how much work it takes to do a little show like this. So hi, Terry Banks. How are you? Sue Johns. Hi, I'm always happy, Sue, when you join us live. I think it's amazing that you're in the UK and we're here. So happy to you. Sue, thanks for joining us. Be sure to wish Noelle a happy birthday today. So when Noelle and I were talking about her birthday and talking about what we would like to have for her little birthday party, we were talking about street tacos and how delicious they are and how easy it is to make something like pork carnitas in an Instant Pot. And you will notice that today there's no Instant Pot on the table in front of me, but remember, a Foodi is both an Instant Pot and an air fryer broiler. So we're only going to make one recipe today. We're not doing two like we usually do, a before and after. In the pot, we have a delicious, the carnitas are almost done. And I want to show you, I don't think I have a hot pad with me today. I want to show you, can I touch you? No, I cannot. These are in here under the broiler now. They've already been pressure cooked. I've taken them out, I've shredded them, and I've put them back in. And when you put the Foodi down, it starts back up to broil them. So I'm going to talk you through the recipe. As you go through this, you can make changes to the recipe. If you ask for it, we are happy to send you the PDF of the recipe that I am using. And we've already decided that this is a delicious recipe. It is so good. Hi, Margaret. How are you today? Glad to see you there. Hi, Robin. Glad you are there. Kathy, glad to see you this morning. How are all of you? I hope you are warm. Kathy, are you getting ready for the foot of snow you're going to get? I'm a little jealous, actually. Margaret is asking me, do I like the Instant Pot or the Foodi better? Margaret, that is a really good question, and I'm not sure I have an answer yet. I do love the Foodi, and the reason we're using the Foodi today is because we don't have an oven or a broiler here that is going to work. And so for something like that here where we don't have an oven, the Foodi allows me to make this recipe here in the Quick and Carry Kitchen. We're just a regular office with we have a nice kitchen, but it doesn't have an oven in it. And so for you at home, if you're going to make this recipe in the Instant Pot, you would take your carnitas meat out, shred it, put it under a broiler for 5 to 10 minutes. So that's what I'm doing in the Foodi, and I do love that you can do that in the Foodi. I still, Margaret, feel like it is awfully big. It's like a little UFO sitting here on the table. And in my kitchen at home, it takes up a lot of space. And the reason it takes up so much space is this. This broiler top, the air fryer top, stays on the Foodi all the time. And so you have to have a place in your kitchen where this is going to fit. And so that is my only hesitation about the Foodi, is just its enormous size and where it's going to stay in my kitchen. I love, however, what I just did. When this is down, it's broiling and it is crisping up the meat, but then I can open it and check on the meat, and I am going to check on it while we're here. And what I'm doing now is I'm just turning it over and letting different parts get broiled while we do the recipe here. All right, so that is cooking the rest of the carnitas. Down at the bottom, with a Foodi, there's an insert, like a basket. It's a really nice basket. So I cooked the carnitas in the juice that comes with the recipe, took the cooked meat out, put it on a plate, shredded it, put it in the little basket, and so down under the basket that you see here is the juice. And I wanted to lift this out, but it is awfully hot. I'm not sure I can do that. Maybe I can at the end. Anyway, there's all of the cooking juices down at the bottom, thickening up so that we can serve it over the tacos, and the meat is crisping. And I love that you can open and close this and it'll just keep going. That is a wonderful feature of the Foodi. So Margaret, I'm not sure that answers your question totally. I still am reserving judgment. I love my Instant Pot. I think no matter what, I would always want to have an Instant Pot, but I do admire some of the features that they've put in a Foodi. All right, let's talk a little bit about the recipe. I want to give a shout out to John the Butcher from Tom's Market here in Traverse City. John, thank you for cutting up all the meat so that I didn't have to. I really appreciate that. And hi Darby Kelso, how are you? Happy birthday, Noel. Hi Cindy Redden, how are you today? Hey Suzanne, nice to see you here. Terry Michael, hey Judy Burr, how are you? Carrie Jacobson is here this morning. So nice to see all of you with me. Okay, the recipe. First, you make a marinade. In a bowl, you want to put your olive oil, your oregano and cumin, salt and pepper, and garlic. And you put the meat in the bowl with all of that and stir it up. Cover all of the meat with the marinade and let it set, if you can, for at least 2 hours. It can also sit overnight. And I think that that really, it smelled wonderful, it looked wonderful, and we were really excited about that marinade because I think that's a really special part of this. So you have the meat marinating, and then you make the juice. The juice is orange juice. I squeezed fresh limes so that we would have fresh lime juice in there. I put cloves of garlic in it. I put some cinnamon sticks in it. I put some purple onion in it. And I used both fresh orange juice, but I also squeezed some oranges into it, and I saved the oranges. And this is a tip that I read online, and I do think that this is just adding to the flavor. So I also put a little cilantro in mine because I wanted to see how that was in the cooked, reduced juices that I'm working on in here. So you make the juice, you turn on your Instant Pot and put your oil in the bottom, and once it is hot, you saute your pieces of pork in that, brown them on both sides, and then take the juice when that is done and pour in a little bit of the juice, deglaze the pan. You know that's my favorite part of cooking. You deglaze the pan with the juices. Make sure you get all of the dark bits off the bottom of your Instant Pot liner, and then put the rest of the juice in, and then throw in those orange peels. The halved orange peels go in the pot, and I sort of made sure that they were snuggled down into the juices so that you would get some extra orangey flavor. Throw in all of that, put on your lid for your pressure cooker, and you're going to cook it on high pressure cook or manual for 15 minutes. Now, almost every recipe for meat calls for a natural pressure release. And we've talked about that before. There's a very good reason for that. But because these are cooked in juice, and because you're going to take them out and put them under a broiler, you can do a quick pressure release at the end of the cooking for this particular recipe. So you take out your carnitas, and they're going to be nice and done. And you take out the meat and put it on a plate and shred them. And so I shred them into pieces about this size. I hope you can see this. I'm going to put that up for you. You just want to shred it so that it's, medium-sized pieces. They don't have to be perfect. And then if you're using a broiler in your oven, you're going to put these shredded pieces onto either a well-greased or a parchment-covered cookie sheet and stick them under a broiler for 5 to 10 minutes. If you have a Foodi and want to do it the way I'm doing it, you simply put the meat back in the basket of the Foodi, put the top down, set it to broil. Where's my broil? And it goes for 10 minutes, which is another nice part about the Foodi is that it, like the Instant Pot, goes for 30 minutes on saute. This only allows you to do 10 minutes at a time of the broiling, so you're not going to burn your food. That's a lovely, lovely part. So now that these carnitas are done, you can take this, put it in a taco shell, cover it with some slaw, some purple onions, cilantro. Everyone gets a little piece of lime, and you can make a taco with that, and your lunch is ready. So this is a great lunch. It's a great meal to do at work. This would be fun with kids. This is all stuff that kids could do. You can pick your cilantro or not, and the juice at the bottom of the Foodi or at the bottom of your Instant Pot is going to be lovely to sort of drizzle over your taco, and away you go. So let me know if you have any questions about this. We're happy to send you the PDF of the recipe. All you have to do is when we offer, say yes, and we'll be happy to send that to you. And it's a great recipe. I have combined it from a bunch of different recipes that are out there on the internet. And some of them were recipes for the Foodi, some of them were recipes from the Instant Pot. I sort of took the best of all of them and created my own. I think this is going to be a great lunch. I want to give a congratulations to Evelyn Snyder. She's our winner from last week. Evelyn, you've won a pair of our awesome Quick and Carry tongs that make doing anything in the Instant Pot or the Foodi even easier to do, because these are awesome and they're long and they're sturdy, and we designed them to work with Instant Pots, even the biggest one, the 8-quart, and they certainly work with the Foodi. So let's look one more time and see how our, see, they're getting nice and crisp, beautiful. I hope you can see that, really crisping up the edges of the pork. I think this is going to be delicious. And once again, I'm going to see if I can do this. Hang on, folks. I'm going to look for my hot pad. Where are you? Are you here? I don't see it. We must not have brought it into the studio today. I have taken a bunch of photos as I have made this today, and I'm going to post that to our Facebook page later with the recipe. So please check back on our Facebook page, like us, follow us, make sure that you're getting the updates from the Quick and Carry Kitchen. And today I'll have the process via pictures for you to see later this afternoon, after we've sung happy birthday to Noel and had our little lunch. So remember, we always love to hear from you. Leave us a comment down below. Those of you who say hello, those of you who say something about the recipe, you are entered to win one of our prizes each week. And I love your questions, your thoughts, your ideas. And you know, if there's something you want us to cook, we would love to know what it is. I do want to make a little announcement about next week. We're going to have a super special guest next week on our show. We're going to have my favorite local butcher here is my friend Sean, and he is going to come in and talk to us about different cuts of meat and why they work in a pressure cooker. So I think it's going to be a wonderful show, and he and I are going to cook roast. And there are so many threads on all of the Instant Pot groups about people who either love making roast or hate making roast in the Instant Pot. So Sean and I are going to tackle that next week and have some tips for you on how to make a lovely roast in an Instant Pot. And he's going to talk about why the Instant Pot and pressure cookers do such a great job for certain cuts of meat, but not for others. And I think it will be very informative, very educational, and I'm sure you're going to want to tune in when we have our special guest, Sean the Butcher, next week. All right. Hi, Linda Bragg. How are you? Olivia Huron, how are you? Nice to see you there. Mary Ann Vaughter is with us this morning. Virginia Roebuck, hello. Oh, happy birthday, Noelle. You're getting lots and lots of good birthday stuff today, Noelle. Hi, Amy Hodak. My cousin is tuning in for our show today. How are you, Amy? I'm so glad to see you. Oh, my grandmothers are looking down on me with proud eyes. Amy, thank you. That's really sweet of you to say that. Our grandmothers, Amy and mine, were wonderful, wonderful cooks. And I guess it does come down through the bloodline. I grew up watching my grandmothers and my great-grandmothers cook huge meals for our family, and that's part of why I have become a chef and a cook and a food writer, is because of the influence of my grandmothers. So it's awesome that my cousin is tuning in for the show today. Yes, Kathy, it is going to be an interesting show next week. He is a very knowledgeable butcher, and his kids gave him an Instant Pot for Christmas. And so now I think he said he did 5 things in 1 week in his Instant Pot. Things that were actually kind of complicated. I was so proud of him for just diving in and really getting his head around how to cook meat in an Instant Pot. So he'll make a wonderful guest. We'll have a great show. And if you have questions about doing a roast, or if you've done a roast and you have a favorite recipe, please share it with us. We'd love to know which ones you all think are the best recipes out there. Like with every other recipe, there's like 10 different ones that float around in all the Facebook groups, and I want to pick a couple of them and try them out when I have roasts for all of you next week. So thank you for tuning in this week. Ask for the recipe and it shall be given. Say happy birthday to Noelle. We're going to sing to her when we have her cake this afternoon. We love to do birthdays here at the Quick and Carry Kitchen, and Fridays are always fun because we have a great meal made with the Instant Pot, or now with our Foodi. It's been wonderful to talk with all of you today. Thanks for tuning in. And as Julia Child used to say, bon appetit.